share it. Channels. Righto. Cool. Well, let's kick off this awesome Friday. Welcome to the Marketing Lifeline's Friendly Friday, where like-minded people just like to come together and share alike. And today we have Terrill Christians joining us from Success by Design. She has joined us actually before, but today we're talking a little bit something a bit different as to what we spoke about last time. Still focusing on customer experience, but rather something we can use to help us. So thank you so much for joining us again, Terrill. It's so nice to have you. And from the last time we chatted to where you are now and how you've kind of incorporated new things into your business is very exciting. So I look forward to you sharing those with us.
Well, thank you, Megan, for having me again on the show. I really appreciate it. Yes, and I'm so happy to be able to share my chatbots with everybody and tell them about it.
Awesome. Cool. So let's just quickly do a short intro just to introduce Terrill officially, and then we'll go on to some of our key questions for today. So Terrill helps businesses improve their customer experience and increase productivity and sales. While busy with her MBA in 2019, she started Success by Design, and Success by Design provides business consulting, training, and software solutions. Success by Design is a level 1 BEE company and has worked with clients and partners both in South Africa and abroad, India, UK, USA, and Turkey. She has more than 15 years experience in business, change management, and software solutions. She has worked mostly in financial services and with digital products and marketplaces. She currently lives in Cape Town with her husband. She loves art, talking, and taking walks. She enjoys working with people, problem solving, and is always finding easy ways to do stuff. Hence her love for software. Yeah, I wish it was that easy, hey? But unfortunately, you need to know how to use the software, right?
Exactly. And it is actually easier than what we think. Once you get over the whole, oh my gosh, it's a new system or app, maybe social media platform. Once you get over it, it's like, just becomes part of you.
True. I think that's a good point. I think if that's something new factor, people don't like change, right? So we like to stick to things we know.
Exactly. Personally, I hate change.
Oh, good. Okay. But you like to make things work easier and more efficient. So let's tell us a little bit about Success by Design, and then what is your purpose before we get into some real chat bots?
Okay, so Success by Design is really just about helping businesses actually to do things better and easier than they've done it before. I mean, nobody likes doing the same thing over and over again, okay? And especially not when we can get a piece of software or a bot to do it for us. And sometimes they can do it better, especially because they can do it 24/7, they don't need a break, they never get sick, that kind of thing. So where we can use technology to actually help us, that means that we in the business, ourselves and our employees can actually spend our time doing things in a more creative setting where we really have to think and create new things, because our software can't do absolutely everything, but it allows us to elevate our level of work, maybe spend more time actually on things that we normally would say, I'll do tomorrow, but it's really important to do. So it's about helping you elevate your level of work so that you can actually grow a sustainable business for the long term. That's what the Success by Design is about.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about bots, as that's the kind of focus for today now. And I know it's a bit of an odd word. We're still getting used to it, I think, as maybe just because my technology skills are not quite where they should be. But yes, we've heard about bots and the successes they do bring, and the statistics are amazing. I mean, Terrell will probably share some of those with us. But let's talk about why bots and how we can use them kind of in the in-person to replace the in-person let me just read my question correctly. A rather new term and one to get used to in person, okay, or not, as I said. So tell us a little bit about the chatbots and what exactly they are, because as I said, we've heard this term before, but I think there's a lot of resistance as to what a chatbot can do, and it can't replace that in-person connection. So tell us a little bit about the chatbots.
Okay, so your chatbots and the ones I specifically sell as a starting point are actually about living on your website. And if you can imagine that your website represents your business, and if we think, oh, okay, this was a brick and mortar store, when people go to your website, if they go there and they look, and you can simply see in Google Analytics how many customers have visited your site, but somehow they don't fill in a contact form, or they don't buy something, or they don't email you, so they've gone there. It's the equivalent I would say in real life, of somebody walking into the store and then walking out again. There was actually a purpose that they came there. Now, if you have that live chat or that WhatsApp chat on your website, that's great, right? But the thing is that it's not activated when a customer comes onto the website. It's only activated if a customer chooses to engage with you. And let's face it, sometimes you're busy and you don't see the message immediately, right? So when we think about what could be productive while we're busy working in our business and speaking to customers, in real life,
yes.
The second somebody walks through your door on your website, this chatbot actually gets up and say, hi there, I can help you find something faster. Are you here because you need some software to help you with this, that, or this? Depending on what you're actually selling on your website, the bot's there to help people get to where they need to get sooner. Maybe they're there looking at a specific service you're offering, or wanting to know, where does Megan live? Does she do in person? Whatever the question is, it's like seeing an employee, because that's what I think you should do. You should think about it as an employee. He knows when someone walks into the shop on your website, he immediately pops up and says, hi, let me help you find something faster. What are you looking for? This is what we've got. And we take that customer through that conversation, and we help them figure out, okay, what do they need? Okay, you need this. I can help you in this way. Perfect. So normally if it's on a website, and it's on the websites of us business owners and businesses who actually think that we should be using our website, it's our shop, and we want customers to engage with us, buy, ask questions, and so forth. You don't just have to look and then leave the site. That customer came there for a reason, right? And I'm sure we've all had it, especially in South Africa. We walk into a shop and the employees just stand there and they look at you, and you look at them, and then you walk out.
Yeah, agreed. And then you often say, if they just came up to me, or if they just acknowledge me, when I personally walk into a shop, I don't like somebody to help me. I like to do my own shopping, but at least have the time to just ask, is everything okay? That's all. It's just it is. But if they can see I can find my way around. But sometimes you do walk into a shop, and maybe more like a bookstore or something, where you're looking for a specific type of thing and you can't really find it. And then kind of everyone's sitting behind the counter, maybe on their phone. And then you look at the situation, you're like, bag of this, I'm out of there, So as you say, I think it's to allow that person to decide whether they want to engage with you or not, but have the opportunity. So basically you telling us, like, okay, we're obviously going to get to the effectiveness and everything now, but basically you telling us that, because I'm very used to live chats, I'm used to WhatsApp, I have that on my website, but basically the bot takes it to another level than those current systems that people have on their websites. Okay, cool. So let's maybe jump into the next question before then we go into the answer for that. But so what makes chatbots so effective for the now new kind of, as we've spoken about, online space? So not only are people buying products and services online, people are shopping online, reviewing before they even make a decision to go in store to buy. Tell us some of the nice, the effectiveness of bots.
Of course. So I'm just going to start off with a fact. Forbes magazine published at the end of 2019 that Chatbots, AI chatbots specifically, which are the type of chatbots that I provide businesses with, helped increase sales by 65%. And this was their finding in a survey that they did with chatbot users. Okay, there's a link on my website to that full article that anybody can go and have a look at. But this is the truth, because they, like we said before, stimulate that engagement. So what is the effectiveness of it? Well, firstly, they're available 24/7. And most statistics in most surveys, customers expect you these days to be available 24/7. They provide that instant service, so there's no delay to the questioning. In fact, they start the conversation with the customer. And now here's the thing. Because they're a program, they're always friendly, because we'll make them friendly, we'll make them professional.
It's not going to be like Ron Gone Wrong. Sorry, that was a movie I watched the weekend with my boys. Joking.
No, it's fine. So for brand consistency, it's great. If you want to deliver service in a certain way to your customers, I simply write it into the script. You know, how we're actually going to approach customers, what words we're using, and most importantly, it's consistent. Here's the thing, if you've got 100,000 visitors on your website in one moment, guess what? That same bot is servicing all of them. Unlike with human intervention, you could only handle one customer via that WhatsApp chat, right? Or if you even had a live chat link in, you'd be limited by the capacity of employees that you have and their availability.
Agreed, yeah.
Bots are not like that. So these are the benefits to it. Now, they can't handle every single complaint. Yeah, question. Some things are too complicated and outside of their programming.
Yes.
But if you've got a good programmer in that sense, somebody who built that bot, they'll know how to direct that out so that somebody can contact that customer and take over the conversation, not start it again with, oh, what were you talking about? Nope. The bot will tell that employee everything that happened and say, now this is what the customer needs.
Okay, cool. So that was one of my questions is, you know, I respect technology and things like that, but there's always an element of human connection. I mean, my question was going to be, okay, so what if they ask a question out of scope? Because assumably, as you've just mentioned, it's all kind of scripted. So generally people come into your site, I guess it's like FAQs, all ask the same question. But yeah, absolutely. What happens in the instance that they ask a question that the bot goes, don't know. Okay, so that's when human intervention comes in and then they carry on the selling process. So the customer almost doesn't feel as if even somebody else has come into the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So your bot's only as smart as the person who built it. And I actually said this to someone I was chatting to yesterday, and I build all the bots currently that we offer.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's about the customer journey. And I mean, you know, I've got those many years behind me in terms of journeying. So you've got to create the paths that you can have the customer go down. And sometimes it can be quite complex behind the scenes, but the beauty is it should always appear simple to the customer. The easier you move that customer through, the better, because customers skim. They're not going to read stuff on your website. They're not going to listen. It's like a quick question. Oh, what is it? Oh, that. I mean, they're on their mobiles most of the time. So if you can help me quickly, it's a conversation. And we know in terms of generational trends, our younger up and coming generations do not want to talk. They want to chat. They don't want video. They just want quick chats, solve my problem, and I'm gone.
Yeah, and I think something that you also mentioned there, which is quite important for the customer journey, is actually through the chatbot, you can almost determine that journey for the customer, which is actually quite nice. Because not that we want to have a hold on them, but it's actually just a better way for a person to experience your website as well. So, okay, so I think those are just some of the key things why these chatbots are on a next level. Really, I mean, I think you've touched on that. And I think the biggest thing for me was definitely the 65% statistics of increased sales, and absolutely having a salesperson on your website seems like a no-brainer. So let's talk maybe a little bit, you know, the weekly, my Friendly Fridays are all about tips and helping entrepreneurs out there that are really in the business and trying to also help and improve their business. So we always like to share some tips. So can you maybe just share some top tips with us, 1 to 5, however many you wish to share, to help entrepreneurs regarding improving their customer experience, just because you have, you know, that's the last conversation we had talking about customer experience. And again, obviously bots being one of your tips, clearly that will be one of your suggestions, but yeah, just help us and some of the entrepreneurs to improve their customer experience.
Okay, absolute pleasure. So one of the things I'll say, and it's something that we do when we manage bots on clients' websites, is that we look at what is the difference between the amount of interactions and results that our bots have had versus the amount of visits that you have. So as an entrepreneur right now, I would say to you, go and look at your Google Analytics and look at how many visits you have. Look at your bounce rate, which means the amount of people that clicked on your site and went away, and look at what actually the amount of content is, contact is that you're actually having. How is it converting? That's what we know in marketing terms, right? And the bigger the gaps are and the more questions you have, the more you need to realize is what the customer is perceiving is different from what you are trying to achieve. So from a servicing point of view, the customer interprets things very differently from what we do. And we know this because we're customers ourselves. Sometimes you say, I'm selling rice, and what I hear is rice. And I actually want rice recipes, and I don't want to buy rice. So it's easy how we can make those mistakes. But with those gaps and looking at that, we've got to be careful in terms of what is the wording that we use, how we position and ourselves and our questions and our statements. So definitely have a look at that. That helps you actually communicate better with your customer. Yeah, and I mean, refine your communication as you go. It has to, there's no one message that will work forever because people change, trends change, and so forth. And you've got to embrace technology. There's actually this quote that I heard from Peter Drucker, you know, this very wise old man that is like a management philosopher. And he said, you know, you can't embrace today's problems with yesterday's technology.
True.
Things will work for a while. And then as the ecosystem, the landscape changes, you know, now we use cell phones. You ask a kid today, they won't know what a landline is.
No.
Yeah, you've got to take it to the next level. So in our case, when we talk about our websites, it was every business needs to have a website, yes, but now it's about engaging. So it's only natural that we try and take it to the next level with the chatbot to get more engagement with that customer.
Yeah,
and it almost, yeah, I mean, that's why social media is going so great, because people who are engaging with people who actually reach out to them in social media. That's the appeal, the psychology behind it all at the end of the day. So yeah, so just look at your messaging, and sometimes it's great to bring in the consultant actually who can see things differently, and you sort of learn from things, you grow from things, but be open to it. Embrace the change. That's my tips for the day.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, I think just to add to your comment about embracing technology is, I think that's a big downfall for a lot of us, you know. It's a matter of just being open to new things, and if you can't do it, get somebody to help you to implement it. You know, we always try and do these things on our own, and we've spoken about this as well before. When we need to outsource to enhance our experience, we need to do that. And unfortunately, websites today are, you know me, I call them brochure sites. If they don't work for you, we can't have brochure sites. We need websites that can generate leads and make us money. And that's essentially what we need to look at. So absolutely, just to sum it up, is definitely review your Google Analytics to see where there are gaps. If people are bouncing, why, where are they bouncing? Are they engaging? If there's no engagement, then we need to consider, what are we saying? What is our message? What is even our content? Is it relevant to the target markets that we should be defining? then definitely refine your communication as you go. Don't expect to also put your website up, I guess, and assume it will stay like that for life, because again, we like to keep churning new content, and that's why blogging is also quite key. So yeah, put some nice new content onto your website, and then finally embrace technology where you can, and absolutely invest in things that will help improve the overall experience for the visitors on your website, because they are potential customers, right? And we've done a whole lot of other things to get them to our website. So when they get to our website, hopefully we can either just engage with them or even convert them, if at best. Awesome. Love those tips. Thank you. I think even though some of them may feel a bit like overwhelming, there's some really key things here that we can consider that can help us. And then just in closing, in your opinion, was like an opinion option as well, is what is the future of online, and how is this going to contribute to the overall experience within customer service businesses as a whole?
Well, I think the future of online is even more so than we have right now. I saw a study the other day that said that the industries that are growing are the digital ones. They're looking for more web developers, more software developers, more technologists overall. And it's about using it to enhance our lives, to make it better. And it's not an escape that it's taking away jobs. A lot of people feel, you know, if there's technology brought in or online's in, I'm not going to have a job. It's not that. We want to connect, but it actually is about elevating the level of interactions that we have as humans. So yeah, we need to be available 24/7. Basically, it's odd if you don't have a website, at least you don't have a digital presence. Does your business really exist? Yeah, it's kind of just the way things are. If you have a telephone, awesome. Now you need to get digital.
Yeah, agreed. Cool. Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much, Terrell. I'll also just drop a link in the post for today's chat that you can go and check out some more info about the bots. And yeah, I think we can wrap it up for today, and I really appreciate you coming to share with us again and learning something new, but yet still contributing to the bigger picture of overall customer experience, which has been fantastic. So thanks everybody. And please, if you did enjoy the interview, please go on and share it, or even just give us a comment. That's awesome. And then next week, I'm actually taking some time out. But I'll definitely be sharing. Yep, I'm taking a time out. I think it's my second time out. Otherwise, we've been consistent since February. But just going down to the coast for some fresh air. So I'm actually not going to be online, but I'm definitely going to be posting some relevant content, as I like to do. So look out for that then on Friday. But until the following week, thanks again, Terrill, and we'll see everybody in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Terrill. Cheers.
Cheers.